Welcome to Rabbi's Story Guys. As the rain beats down tonight, let's dive into stories that'll make your heart race. Hit subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss the story. Brace yourself. It's about to get creepy. Let's begin. The ride. I've been driving for rideshare apps for a few years now. It's not glamorous, but it's a living, most of the time. It's pretty uneventful. People get in, talk about their day, and I drop them off wherever they need to go. Easy. But then there are the nights that make you question everything. This one was like that. It started like any other night. I had a few rides lined up. Nothing too far, just the usual short hauls. It was around 11:30 p.m., and I was driving down a quiet stretch of road. No traffic. Everything was calm, just the sound of the engine humming along with the occasional click of my turn signal. I picked up this woman. She was late 20s, maybe early 30s, dressed in black, kind of shabby, but in that, I'm going for a mysterious vibe. She didn't say much when she got in, just gave me the address, a street I didn't recognize, way out in the middle of nowhere. Not exactly unusual. I've been sent on rides to places that don't even show up on maps sometimes. It's all part of the job. She didn't say a word at first, just stared out the window. But something about her felt off. You know that feeling, like something's wrong, but you can't put your finger on it. I couldn't shake it. I made small talk, like I usually do with passengers. Asked her if she was headed home or to a party. Something to break the silence. But she just gave me a half smile and shrugged. "I'm just going to meet someone," she said. Her voice soft, almost too soft. "Someone I've been waiting for." At that point, I figured it was just a late-night ride for someone who had a drink or two. No big deal. But then I asked her, "Where are you headed?" She didn't respond. I glanced in the rearview mirror, just to check if she was still there. She was, but her eyes were locked on something in the distance, something that didn't make sense. Her gaze was intense, almost vacant, and her fingers were clenched tight around the strap of her bag. A few miles passed, and I started to get an uneasy feeling, like I was being led somewhere. I was a few blocks from the address she'd given me, when she suddenly asked, "Do you believe in ghosts?" Now, I've had a lot of weird conversations in the back seat, but this one caught me off guard. I looked at her through the rearview mirror again. She was still staring straight ahead, not at me, but through me, like she was seeing something else entirely. I don't know," I said, trying to sound casual, like I wasn't freaked out by her tone. "I mean, I guess I never really thought about it." She just nodded, like she was confirming something, then said, "There's one following me." My stomach dropped. That's when I knew something wasn't right. I tried to shake it off, just keep driving. I told myself it was the late hour. Maybe she was just tired, or maybe she had some kind of weird sense of humor. I focused on the road ahead, trying to ignore the feeling crawling up my back. But then she spoke again, and this time, her voice was different. It wasn't soft anymore. It was sharp, demanding. "Stop the car," she said. I froze. I glanced at the map on my phone, and realized we were approaching the place she had requested. But we were on an old, poorly lit street, with tall trees on either side. No signs of life anywhere, no houses, just dark, endless road. I looked at her in the mirror. "Are you sure? We're almost there." She leaned forward, her eyes locking onto mine through the rearview mirror. And this time, there was something in her gaze, something cold, something unnatural. "Stop the car." I slammed on the brakes, my heart racing. The car skidded slightly before coming to a stop. I looked back at her. She wasn't in her seat anymore. I blinked, rubbed my eyes, because for a second I thought I was imagining it. She was gone, just vanished. The seatbelt was still there, but she wasn't. No sound, no door opening, nothing, just an empty back seat. I checked the door locks, everything was locked. I checked the app. The ride was still active, but the map, it didn't make sense. Her destination wasn't showing anymore. I looked around, nothing, no sign of her anywhere, not a single person in sight. I stayed frozen for what felt like hours, but it was probably only a few minutes. My mind raced. Had I imagined it all? Had I fallen asleep and dreamt the entire ride? I tried to convince myself it was just my mind playing tricks. But when I checked the passenger seat again, I noticed something, a small silver pendant lying on the seat. I didn't remember her wearing it. In fact, I couldn't remember her ever even touching her bag. I quickly took a picture of it with my phone, my hands shaking. Then I checked my rear view one last time, just to be sure. And that's when I saw it. Her reflection. She was standing outside the car, in front of the passenger side, staring through the window at me. Her face was pale, her eyes blackened. She didn't move, didn't blink, just stared. I don't know how long I sat there, but when I finally mustered up the courage to turn the key and drive away, I didn't stop. Not for gas, not for anything. I left that area as fast as I could and didn't look back. When I got home, I checked my phone. The ride was still in the app, still active, but the worst part, the address on the map, the one she gave me, was a dead end. There wasn't a house, just an old, abandoned lot. I don't do rideshare anymore. If you ever get a request late at night, especially one for a strange, desolate area, think twice before you accept it. And whatever you do, don't look back. You might see someone who's not really there. I learned that the hard way.